The joke going around the Chelsea training ground is on Maurizio Sarri. What time is training? Pass. When does the bus leave? Pass. What's the team? Pass. Manager Maurizio Sarri has been targeted for jokes by Chelsea players, cheap, childish shots, but Sarri-ball sucks. As usual, Chelsea's players are not entirely blameless, yet this lot are done with the stodgy, sterile football drilled into them by their Italian head coach. It is passing for passing's sake, with the ball bobbling around without conviction or purpose. The fans hate it as much as the dressing room, turning on Sarri during their dismal 2-0 home defeat to Manchester United in the FA Cup fifth round on Monday. Chelsea slumped to a morale-sapping 2-0 FA Cup exit at home to ManUtd. His dismissive tone afterwards, barely giving a fig for their thoughts, will not endear him to Chelsea's loyal following. They are done with him. At Wembley on Sunday, when they face Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final, they fear another mauling. It was only 2 weeks ago when Sarri's players, along with some of his staff, jacked it in during their humiliating 6-0 defeat at the Etihad. One of Sarri's analysts ripped off his earpiece and slammed his laptop shut when Sergio Aguero completed his hat-trick to make it 5-0. Ander Herrera nods the opener as Manchester United overcame Chelsea 2-0 in a big 7 days of cup football for Stamford Bridge chief Maurizio Sarri. Sarri, just 6 months into his career at Stamford Bridge, has entered the end game. The Sarri-ball experiment, with Chelsea director Marina Granovskova seduced by his approach at Napoli, has failed. It will be another expensive mistake. They got rid of Antonio Conte, a Premier League and FA Cup winner with the Blues, to hire this must-have coach. The ongoing financial dispute with Conte has presented its own difficulties at board level, because another head coach will soon be on his way. Paul Pogba sealed the latest loss for Chelsea as ManUtd underlined their improvement under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with FA Cup victory on Monday night. Sacking managers at this level does not come cheap. In his place, Chelsea want a younger model, a coach with a refreshing outlook and the ability to hold a dressing room. Sarri's endless instructions, painstakingly delivered to his zoned-out players, is no longer having any significant impact. His ideas looked good on paper, impressing Granovskova with his ideology when Chelsea made their interest in him known last season. The pressure facing Maurizio Sarri will rise to almost boiling point if Chelsea somehow exit the Europa League after winning the first leg at Malmo 2-1. Sarri was her call, making the key decisions after firing Conte just weeks on from that FA Cup final victory over Manchester United. Some involved at Chelsea believe she has missed the input of another soothing voice after the departure of technical director Michael Emenalo. As a partnership, they were pretty formidable. Emenalo, who left for Monaco in November 2017, has never been adequately replaced. In the continued absence of owner Roman Abramovich, barely seen around the club these days following his visa dispute with the government, Granovskova has the freedom to make big calls. She was doing pretty well until Sarri was hired to revolutionize the way football was played in the Premier League. He made a pretty decent start, but the excuses have crept in and the players are no longer responding in the games that really matter. Playmaker Eden Hazard is the one man who Chelsea looked to rely on as they struggled to adapt to the keep-ball style of their Italian manager Maurizio Sarri. Monday night's painful second-half showing against United, when they barely broke sweat, provided further ammunition to the case against Sarri. Chelsea are not too concerned about Malmo in the Europa League on Thursday, because they are supposed to be rubbing shoulders with the elite in the big boys competition. Champions League qualification now looks out of reach, a far-fetched idea for a coach who has lost interest in his Chelsea project only 6 months in. Sarri is just playing out time now, going through the motions before the Blues decide the time has come to